Welcome back to Nest Studios. I'm your host, Birdtendo. We got all these figures of Pokemon open up today. First off, we got this Pokemon Selects tree stand here with Bulbasaur and Applin figures. And yeah, it's that first little series that has some other exclusive figures with Tyrant and Zubat. And even Horsey and Poplio as well, too. I picked up Bulbasaur and Applin for the reason that I picked up that big old Smash Bros. Figure set as well, too. Which I didn't realize because I just picked it up for Ivysaur and the other exclusive figures like Incineroar and everybody else in between. You can probably notice that I got my Transformers figures back in line. I do have another one coming in the mail pretty soon as well, too. As I fold out this fold out, it pretty much has the same figures that I already have, so it's pretty much the same as per usual. Now let me see if I could try to get this out of the plastic. Oh yeah. It's quite hard to get stuff like this out of plastic, you know. Then again, that's quite alright. And pardon me for reusing assets on the intro. It is quite late at night with me recording this, so I'm just going to reuse some assets. I will make a new channel intro. But anyway, here's Bulbasaur. He's looking quite cheerful with one of his forelegs popping out just to wave hello. He looks really adorable. Real adorable. And Applin. He's so tiny. He's a little apple with a long tail poking out. He's basically a little worm in an apple. That's the, what do you call it? That's the trope. Worms and apples. In this case, a grass dragon type apple worm. That evolves into either an apple pie or a flying sour apple. Which is pretty neat. And here's a little tree stand. I think it's called a summer forest or something like that. But, you know, it's actually really nice and fairly hefty as well, too. So you could stack all those two fellas up there. And yeah, it looks amazing. I love it a lot. And now it's time for the big'em. The big cheese, the Smash Bros. Figure set. Again, which I did not realize until I read the tag that I picked up at GameStop. So, yeah. That is awesome. It's actually pretty sweet. And I did predict this on my DeviantArt, actually, that the Pokemon Company was going to make something like this. But it's not even a trading card thing, which is what I thought of at first. But that's quite alright. Quite alright indeed. Another little fold out, and I think this one is exclusive because it has some more figures on here. Of course, yes. It has Lugia, Meryl, Shinx, Axew, and Chimchar and Turtwig and Pichu, but I already have Pichu in this figure set, so yeah. Pardon moi. So I already reviewed the Charizard figure, albeit really silently. His articulation is pretty meh. We'll just put him on the side. The gimmick is you bend him over and he shoots a fireball. I actually gave that figure to a homeless guy. I let him know, hey, reality bites, but this is a nice callback. Greninja, it's a smaller figure, and it sort of looks the same as one that I've had a long time ago. I picked that Greninja figure up from the X and Y series. Again, that's the generation I started in. Oh, as my camera actually moves over, my cats are actually on there. That Greninja has a flip mechanic that doesn't really function, which is quite alright. As you can see, some technical difficulties are happening, which is well, you know, things happen, and that's quite alright. I can't get mad at my poor kitties, so as you can see, there's Spud on top here. Man, I turned my back for 1 minute and then all of a sudden everything goes. You can see Crispy's tail. There's Mewtwo right there.
Oh.
It's a kitty takeover. Oh no. What are we gonna do? Man, oh man. Oh, you can see my Soundwave figure too. I actually got a new one. It's unlike any other. It actually converts into a hovercraft instead of a little cassette tape. But that's okay. Mewtwo. Again, he is sort of lacking in articulation. It's only his tail that moves, not really his legs or whatnot. But his main gimmick sort of comes around like this. In that little packaging, you saw a purple blob that's actually psychokinetic energy. Either that would be Psystrike or Psychic. Probably Psystrike. But if you twist his waist around, it actually fires off the psychic energy. As you can see, I did that and it was quite weak. I mean, you really gotta twist that waist. And then just like that, boom. Oh, not yet. Now it rolls. Rolls with the punches fairly well. Which is pretty neat. It's an alright figure. I mean, I do prefer my old XY Kalos boy, who's been around for quite a bit. Again, he has been around. We'll give him his little Psystrike energy right there. Next up, we have Incineroar. And this guy has zero articulation, aside from the gimmick. He has, like, no articulation. Again, it's only on the tail. You can't even adjust his arms either at all. Because if you do, then the gimmick won't even work. But he has a little claw swipe mechanic going on. And judging by that little camera work, it pulls it off fairly well. Again, he has zero articulation to speak of. I mean, you can move his arms, but the gimmick won't even work. I mean, his tail does move, but he doesn't even learn any good tail moves like Iron Tail or something like that. As you can see, I tried doing that myself, and it just barely works. Still a nice figure. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's got a nice mold. I love it. Gotta love Incineroar, Fire Dark type. And then there's Greninja, and now we have Meowscarada, who will be coming out in Scarlet and Violet soon. Anyway, Ivysaur. A little articulation on both his forelegs and hindquarters. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Again, I pretty much just picked this up just so Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur can pretty much be together. His leaf is a little bit bent. Again, it might be because of the packaging, but that's okay. It happens. Manufacturer gimmicks. It's all alright. We have Lucario, who actually surprisingly has ball joints in his arms and his head and on his tail as well too, which is pretty sick. I think that's actually pretty cool that he has some nice articulation for such a small figure, such a small fragile boy. I don't even remember where I put him, but alright, there he is. I just had to position him. Just him putting his hand on his hip like he owns the joint. Of course. Let's see. We got Squirtle, and that's it for the articulated boys. Now we just got the standstills. Squirtle's shell is quite detailed. Just with the color. He's a cute little turtle. Yeah, I love him. With a little coiled up tail. Squirtle Squad, rise up. Oh yeah. Who else we got here? I have no idea. Yep, here we go. Pikachu, who's in this intimidating pose. He's about to charge up a mean light frickin' thunderbolt, man. You do not want to test him. He can beat up legendaries. He's now with Ash as a champion, and he's officially put the cap down. Because now the next anime is going to just have everybody else. Anyway, speaking of legends, Pichu. Smash Bros. Ultimate, he is a god. He's a glass cannon who can actually deal pretty decent damage. He's a cute little good boy. Indeed. In frickin' deed, he's a good boy. And last up, we have Jigglypuff. Pouty, angry. She's angry because nobody liked her song at all. And that's all the figures. Like, comment, subscribe. My name is Bertendo. Peace out.